Every year, an unknown number of foreign guest workers in South Florida and the rest of the nation disappear into the worlds of sexual slavery and domestic servitude. A broad coalition of liberal Democrats and conservative Republicans, in both the U.S. Senate and House, said Thursday their proposed Visa Transparency Anti-Trafficking Act would help solve the problem by providing much more information to law enforcement and victim advocates. Human trafficking is our society's modern-day slavery, and unfortunately is one of the most profitable criminal enterprises in the world, said U.S. Rep. Lois Frankel, a Palm Beach County Democrat. She described South Florida as a trafficking hotspot. Of the 38,304 cases reported to the National Human Trafficking Hotline since 2007 and assessed as high probability of actual trafficking, 4,548 came from Florida. Hotline data from Polaris, an organization that combats modern slavery and is named after the North Star that guided slaves to freedom in the U.S., shows a steady increase in Florida reports. For the first 6 months of 2017, the hotline received reports of 329 Florida trafficking cases and a total of 878 phone calls, emails, and online reports referencing Florida. In all of 2016, there were 556 Florida cases reported and 1,623 calls. In 2014, there were 360 cases and 1,428 calls. In 2012, there were 237 cases and 883 calls. Increased awareness has gone in recent years to American children, who run away or are lured from home, and end up trafficked into sexual or domestic slavery. Human trafficking that ends with teens in sexual slavery is on the rise in South Florida, experts said Wednesday, warning that every family, regardless of income, education, or location, could become a victim. The chilling warning came from people who work in government, social services, and the human trafficking that ends with teens in sexual slavery is on the rise in South Florida, experts said Wednesday, warning that every family, regardless of income, education, or location, could become a victim. The chilling warning came from people who work in government, social services, and the but, said several experts on a telephone news conference with Frankel on Thursday, it's a major problem among foreign workers who get temporary work visas to work in the country. U.S. Rep. Ted Deutsch, a Democrat who represents Broward and Palm Beach counties, who also was on the call, said it could involve hundreds of thousands of people who come to the country for work and then are forced into slavery. Contributing to the problem involving guest workers from other countries is the way the government handles information about the people who get visas to come to work in the United States, Deutsch said. The process for issuing visas across the government is messy. And because of that, right under our noses, human traffickers are able to exploit major gaps in our visa program, Deutsch said. We're failing to detect human traffickers who are abusing the system. That's not just the view from South Florida Democrats. Human trafficking is the face of evil.